Welcome back to the Sports Card Jungle. This is a PSA reveal between a 1976 Topps and 1979 Topps. I sent them in June 23rd to PSA. I just received them back this last Wednesday, November 5th. So that's 4 months it took. Normally I could get them back in 60 days or whatnot. One of my pet peeves is that the cards didn't come back in order. Don't know if you guys had that issue. I sent all the cards in order, so I had to spend a little bit of time rearranging those. I had some other issues, but I'll go along and I'll tell you about those as we get along. So, first card, Hank Aaron, number 1, 8. Off-centered. Still a nice looking card. We got a Tom Seaver. Again, I put all these in order. I had this whole complete set of 76 Topps, so I graded what I thought were the best ones, most iconic ones. So bear with me on these ones. Let me know what you think. Lou Brock, 7. Didn't know what to kind of expect from PSA. This is the first time I've sent in, vintage baseball to them. I had a couple cards set out, but I didn't, I wanted to take a chance on a lot of other cards, so I sent them in anyway with them. George Brett, 6. Fred Lynn. Yeah, I mean, like, some of these cards look really good, but the centering was probably the biggest issue. Once the card is clean, really hard to get tight centering on these cards. So I don't know how well, is it Gaylord Perry a 7? I don't know how well 7 and 8s are. I mean, that looks pretty sharp. Sorry about the glare. Brooks Robinson, 8. I don't know if that light doesn't help with the glare much, I guess. Dennis Eckersley, rookie, PSA 7. I apologize for the glare. These will mostly all be on my PSA or my eBay store, Sports Card Jungle. I'll keep some in my personal collection. This is one of the 9s I get, Ken Griffey Sr. And the rest will go in my PC, but most of them won't be available for sale through my eBay store. Dave Winfield. And I got a flex stand for this camera, so we got wobble, we got glare, we got a little bit of everything. There's a PSA 8, Fred Lynn down there. Eckersley, rookie. Do you guys like this design for the 76? What is your favorite vintage design? Carl Yastrzemski. Like I said, some of these, you know, the rookies and some of the big names, I try to get graded, but then I, you know, really wanted to see how they graded some of these other vintage cards and see if I could get some high grades on them. I didn't price any of these out, so I'm going to keep the ones I like, and then we should probably like 10% of them maybe, and then put the rest on my eBay store. Johnny Bench. I was kind of shocked on a 5. I got a few of these 5s, but there's no crease on this card. It's fairly well centered. And I got a 5. I don't know, what do you guys think? I mean, that looks like an 8 to me. Robin Yount, 8. See, look, it's a sharp card. 5 and an 8. Can you tell the difference? Again, I can't zoom to the corners. Maybe been some very minor, and maybe that's all it takes for some of these. Tony Perez, PSA 9. Big red machine ears. Oh, there it is. There's one of the GOATs, Nolan Ryan. Best pitchers ever played baseball. It's a sharp card. Looks like he had a rough day too. What do you think? Oh, Great Bambino. PSA 8. It's a nice looking card. Rod Crew, PSA 8. These are the backs are with the glare. That's hard seeing the, you know, showing you the backs of the cars. The front's a little bit easier. I can kind of control the light and the reflection on these, but the back's a little bit more difficult. But Raleigh fingers, some mustache. There's Joe Morgan, PSA 7. And again with that bench, kind of looks like a 7-8. That's, I mean, look at the centering on that one. It's fantastic on the back, but let's see, Gary Carter, PSA 8. Big Jim Palmer, 5s. This is another one of those 5s where it just didn't make much sense. This one you can see a little bit more off-centered. Maybe some of the corners, but some of the other random stains on the back of them. Let's see. AL and NL Champs, PSA 7. Red Sweep. '75 World Series. PSA 8 off-centered. It's a great looking card. I mean, off-centered to the right on the right, but Joe Rudy, PSA 7. All-Star. That's why I thought it would get a little bit better, but I mean, it's pretty well centered. I don't think these graders switch off. I think is it the same grader that grades all the cards in one set, you think? I mean, I sent in 87 cards in total. So PSA 8, Mike Smith. I didn't use a magnifying glass when I, was looking over these, but I did the kind of eyeball test with the kind of the centering. But like I said, it's very difficult because some of these are so close, but you kind of don't want to send in ones that you don't think will grade because it'll cost you just losing money. But that one's 8.5. That's pretty sharp. Pretty sharp card. Keith Hernandez, PSA 7. Colors are good. Back is clean. Big Hank, centered. 7 off-centered. Yeah, I knew this one was off-center, but I mean, it's Hank Aaron. I mean, how can you not at least attempt to send it in? At the very least, put in your PC. Keep well. This is kind of funny card, but you'll see who's on the back. Bubblegum Blowing Champ. I got PSA 8. Other people that have sent this card in, but you have Gary Carter. You got Johnny Bench on the back. George Brett on there. I just thought that was an interesting card in the set, so why not? Here's a rookie infielders, Willie Randolph's rookie, PSA 8. Yeah, I knew that was a little off-centered, but still a very clean card. Tom Seaver, PSA 7. Played for the Mets and the Reds. You'll see that a little bit later. Milwaukee Brewers team, PSA 8. I thought that was probably the best centered one. A lot of them were off. It has a team checklist on the back. And the last one from the second to last one, 76, is Thurman Munson. This is off-centered, but it's a nice looking card. Okay. We are going to go to the mystery card inside. This card did not get graded. Now, you guys need to help me out on this because this says it didn't get graded because it was miscut. Let's reveal it. Pete Rose. Miscut. I don't know if it's short miscut or is that what it is, but here's why it's a little strange is that I'm going to do a little fast forward here. 77 Topps George Brett miscut, but yet it gets graded. Pete Rose miscut. Here's the size, but George Brett gets graded, but not Pete Rose. I don't know. Somebody was flying through these, 2 different graders. What do you guys think about that? I was going to probably keep this in my PC, but see if I can maybe send it in and get it graded again. Okay, we have one 1976 Topps traded. That is Willie Randolph, PSA 7. I think this was the only card kind of worthy of kind of grade in that set. I don't think any cards were really perfect. Again, all these sets I mostly have complete. Besides the 77, I've already sold that one, but 76 through 78 and 79, 76 Topps traded, I will be listing on my eBay store, so you guys will have to tell me how those turned out compared to what I did get graded. Okay, we'll go back to the George Brett because we're going to the 77. Miscuts, nice looking card. Let's see. Next, we'll do the strikeout leaders. Put that up there. Nolan Ryan Thompson, that's a great card. Two amazing pitchers. PSA 7. Next up is Johnny Bench, PSA 7. I know that was a miscut, but again, it's Johnny Bench, so I figured I'd take a chance on that. Probably the best catcher to ever play the game. I don't know, what do you guys think? So there's the natural look of the 77. This is 6. I don't know. If it's not creased, I don't know, how does it get a 6? You know, I had kind of difficulty deciding which one's a grade in some of these sets because you have, you know, trying to, you know, look at the centering of the border, especially with the top of the card. I took a chance on that, send it in. Obviously didn't do well, but 76 World Series, Yankees, Reds, PSA 8, Game 3 and 4. Pete Rose, again, PSA 7. Yeah, again, I kind of graded all the Pete Rose. Like Mr. Charlie Hustle. Cards look good. Some of them, and probably all of them, will go on my PC, but don't know yet. Let's get on to some rookies for the 77. PSA 8, Andre Dawson. And I kind of did the eyeball test for all these, but, you know, around the edges, kind of a little bit difficult to kind of figure out how off the centering is. There's another 8, Dale Murphy. Top rookie catchers. And the last 77 one I have is Nolan Ryan, PSA 6. There is a little notch right there on the right, and I think on one of the corners. But it's Nolan Ryan, so I thought I was going to get a grade anyway. I don't mind holding on to this. We'll see how it goes. That's all of the 77s. Sorry about that. Move on to 78s. Again, these are all in order, so if you know the sets, you kind of know what's coming next, but kind of bear with me here. Pete Rose, most hits. Most hits as a switch hitter and lifetime. And Nolan Ryan, PSA 5. This is another one. It's just, I mean, obviously it hurts that it's a PSA 5 for Nolan Ryan, but there's no creases on this one whatsoever. Centering, I know, is a little bit off, obviously, but it's a clean card. No smudges on or anything like that. But a 5. Let's hit below the belt on that one. PSA 7 Pete Rose. It's a nice looking card. Did they? No. Let's go to Willie McCovey, PSA 6. Yeah, that was a little bit off. A little bit rough on the 6, I thought, too. Not exactly sure what their big issue with these 70s are. I mean, what they're looking for. I mean, obviously centering's the number one, but how close do they have to get it to do the grade? This one was definitely off-centered, but obviously Eddie Murray, rookie card, kind of had to send this in. It's the only one I had. I figure I might as well send it in, see what it grades on, and then keep it, move on with it. I don't know. Carl, there we go. Jaskemski, PSA 7. Good looking card. A little bit off centered. You guys decided which is your favorite set from the 76, 7, and 8 yet? As you're watching this, PSA 5, yeah, that's a little rough. Again, I mean, I thought at the very least like a 7 on some of these, but a 5, it seems like it would have to be creased or something. I guess back, I mean, the front's more the centering, but I'm not sure. Andre Dawson, PSA 7. PSA 8, Gary Carter. Nice looking card. Dennis Eckersley, PSA 8. Robin Yount, PSA 7. It's a little short on the top, but still a nice looking card. Reggie Jackson, PSA 7, All-Star. It's a low, low sense of gravity on that swing. I wonder if anybody knows how far that went. Was that a home run? Was that just a base hit? Is that his normal hitting finish? I always like to watch like Lenny Dykstra growing up on his hitting stance, but this is a PSA 5, yeah. Nolan Ryan, Phil Nurko. Yeah, I mean, I know PSA's got, tougher on the grades as time goes on, but a 5 is just a little low shot. But Nolan Ryan, Angels, PSA 6. Yeah, again, I don't think I graded a couple team pictures, but not many because the centering was off. But a 6 would, there's Nolan Ryan's in there. exactly know where on right now. The Yankees got a 5. Oof. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with the card other than the centering. So they might have just been very, very tight on the centering. I mean, the back centering is pretty perfect. I'm not sure. What's your guys' opinion on that? Don Sutton, PSA 8. That's a very well-centered card. Again, I think I got some raw cards that are pretty well-centered, but you can't take a chance on everything. It just gets too expensive to do that. Mike Smith, PSA 8. I wonder if some of the graders came back from their lunch break and had a better day. I know people joke about that, but you can tell. I mean, it's a human effect. No one's perfect, but PSA 7, Nolan Ryan. Yeah, a lot of the Nolan Ryans, I think, got heavily scrutinized maybe. I don't think they're trying to control the pop, but at the same time, these look, I mean, that's a little off-centered, but 7's probably justified. Tom Seaver, PSA 8. Tom Terrific. Dave Parker, yeah, PSA 6. I mean, look how well centered this card is, and I got a 6. No smudges, no creases. I mean, the back is all centered. I get that right there, but a 6 with the front being centered doesn't make any sense. Willard Randolph, PSA 6. Sure, the PSA has their own, vintage grading team, and they have well, from what I heard, and then modern grading teams. So, I think, I don't know. I would say that looks like a 7, maybe. But what do I know? Here's a PSA 7 Johnny Bench. All right. Getting close to the end because you got the rookies coming in. PSA 6, Jack Morris. I was going to put this as the image, the thumbnail, but I thought Eddie Murray was a better one, even though the grade wasn't as well. What do you guys think? Did I make a mistake on that, or? See, PSA 5. Yeah, I think Lou was I looking at. Again, that's definitely off center, but again, I think I graded the rookie one, so I figured I'd take a chance on this one. Okay, here's one of the big ones. Oh, it's a 6. Fairly well centered. Obviously, a little bit more on the right. Paul Malter, Alan Trammell. Shortstops. The last one, the rookie catchers, PSA 6. Dale Murphy. That's the one you're looking for. Yeah, definitely off center. That's probably maybe a 6. Yeah. Okay, well, that's all the 78s. Now we're going to the 79s. 5.5, 5.5. Nolan Ryan. Again, Nolan Ryan, they got a low grade. It's kind of disappointing. I mean, how far off is that? I mean, the sides are close, top and bottom. I guess somewhat close. 78 strikeout leaders. Okay, this is the one I was confused on. Tom Seaver sent it in, and it got a 3. So I was like, why did it get a 3? When I was looking at it online, well, there is some creases. You probably can't see them in the middle. Right there and right there. They were not, I swear they were not there when I sent this in. Probably can't, if you can see it anyways. Yeah, it's just the glare. Yeah, it's like right there. Anyways, I got a 3. I don't think it was crazy when I sent it in. Very disappointed in that. Good looking card, but can't do much about that now. Come back to the 79 on Ryan, and again the 6. Again, that's definitely off-centered. But the rest of the card's clean. The corners are clean. Not sure. You know, are they looking closer at Nolan Ryan than some of the other ones? This one's definitely off-centered. But it's 8. Ozzie Smith rookie card. Yeah, so what do you guys think? I mean, this is an 8 off-centered. This is a 6. Not sure what the huge difference is. Again, the Pete Rose was miscut and didn't get graded. This got graded and it was off-centered. Not sure about that one. PSA 7, Don Sutton. This one was pretty tightly centered and it got a 7. Yeah. Another one that blew my mind. I mean, I don't pull out some tweezers or something. I don't know. Big Pete, PSA 8, 78 record breaker. Yeah, Willie McCovey, PSA 8. Again, that centering is, I mean, the bottom is a little short, but you'd have to kind of do a side-to-side comparison with the 9, just kind of see how stringent they are. Andre Dawson, PSA 8. See, the little top is short. Oh, nice looking card. Like that Topps logo. Alan Trammell, PSA 8. Again, fairly well centered, but you can tell a little bit. All-time record holders, Hank Aaron, Roger Maris. Nice looking card. PSA 8. Runs, you see Babe Ruth up there, 61. Jimmy Fox, Greenberg, yeah. Batting average, PSA 8. Ty Cobb, Hornsby. Yeah, I was always baffled by baseball batting averages, how you can only be right a third of the time at the plate and still be a great batting average. Some of these are substantial. How about this one? Nolan Ryan, Walter Johnson. Strikeout leaders, PSA 8. I don't think any pitcher is going to catch Nolan Ryan's record. They just don't let him pitch that much anymore. Two cards left. You got P. Rose, 5.5. I mean, come on. No creases on that. A little bit off-centered. I mean, that should be at least a 7. I mean, come on. What are you doing? Last but not least, Carlton Fisk, 5. Okay. Well, somebody's going to like that card. I mean, look how well centered that is. Nothing on it. No gunk on it. Back centered pretty well. And a 5. And it just doesn't make any sense. But that's all I got. I appreciate you guys' time. Again, tell me what you think about some of these. Should I send the Pete Rose back in? See if it grades. This is all centered and graded, but this is miscut. I know there's 2 different ones, but let me know your thoughts. Again, all these cards, most of them, will be on my eBay store within the next 2 months. It's got a lot of entering. I'm doing multi-variation listings. So I'm listing each individual card. The raw cards is alongside the graded cards. So, check those out when you get a chance. The first ones will drop tomorrow. Sports Card Jungle on eBay. Thank you very much. See you guys later.